I think having that balance is going to be really good for us. There's so many different weapons on this team. There's a lot of really great leadership. There's people that have won championships. Then we have our young core, our young players, a lot of people that are really, really hungry to win.
The narrative shift around Caitlin Clark's offseason. You might have heard the noise that Caitlin Clark spent her offseason coasting in the celebrity fast lane. Critics pointed to her presence at the Masters, sitting courtside with Taylor Swift, and skipping the Unrivaled event for what they assumed was pure luxury. The media fed this image of Caitlin the star, lounging instead of training. But that was only half the story. What the public didn't see was what Fever fans suspected all along. Caitlin wasn't just vacationing, she was transforming. She showed up at an Iowa game midway through the offseason, and jaws dropped. Her arms looked sculpted, her build more powerful. That single viral image shattered the illusion. Behind the glitz and glamour was a relentless athlete grinding in silence. While the world doubted, she was building version 2.0 of herself, and the WNBA wasn't ready for it. The work was hidden, but the results were about to be broadcast loud and clear. Clark's brutal rookie wake-up call fueled her fire. Caitlin Clark's rookie year wasn't a fairy tale. She wasn't gently ushered into the WNBA with open arms. She was thrown into the fire. 1 minute, she was lighting up the NCAA tournament. The next, she was shaking hands on draft night, then thrown directly into Fever training camp. No time to breathe. And once the season started, the hits, both literal and figurative, kept coming. Every game brought physical punishment. Possession after possession, she was slammed, shoved, and bruised. No favoritism. No mercy. Even after putting up all-star numbers, she was left off Team USA, a controversial snub that only fueled more debate. But Clark didn't spiral. Instead, she absorbed the blows and turned them into fuel. That brief Olympic break became a turning point, giving her the rare chance to recharge and refocus. And when she returned, she exploded, averaging 23 points per game, leading the Fever to the playoffs, and collecting Rookie of the Year. If that small window sparked a breakout, imagine what 6 full months would do. Inside Caitlin's relentless training schedule. Forget the red carpets and media appearances. Behind the scenes, Caitlin Clark was living in the gym. No matter where she went or who she was seen with, her days started the same way. Early mornings, back at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, grinding. While others were still waking up, Caitlin was lifting, sprinting, shooting.
I feel like everyone talks about it. I'll see it on social media. They'll be like, Caitlin has so strong muscles. And don't tell her I said that either. don't even mention that. Yeah. But I think her strength, she gets in the paint and she's able to bully her way in. And
the Fever offered her flexibility. Sleep in, reschedule, take breaks. She rarely did. Her performance coach, Keith Porter, even traveled with her to make sure nothing disrupted her regimen. And she wasn't just maintaining, she was pushing. 4 to 5 lifting sessions a week. Strength work, recovery, nutrition, all locked in. While others thought she was lounging with celebrities, she was mastering her body and mind. This wasn't just off-season hustle, it was elite preparation. The Fever brass didn't just notice, they were amazed. What they saw wasn't a rookie with hype. They saw a generational athlete treating the off-season like a second season. Targeted development, fixing weaknesses and adding weapons. This wasn't just about getting stronger. Caitlin Clark went to work dissecting her game at the most granular level. She tackled every flaw with surgical precision. Her posture? Fixed. Her weaker left arm? Attacked relentlessly.
One of their very first drills that they worked on was a balance drill, a balance and ball handling drill. And Caitlin said that in their first workout, one of the first workouts they had, they spent 35 minutes just on ball handling.
One of her earliest sessions included a 35-minute ball handling segment that focused solely on footwork and balance. That level of detail isn't normal, it's elite. And it wasn't just drills. Caitlin was in the film room constantly, breaking down every decision, every angle with her new head coach, Stephanie White. They didn't just study tape, they reverse engineered it. How could she be quicker off the catch? How could she finish through taller defenders? What gaps in footwork could lead to split-second separation? Every movement became a blueprint for domination. It wasn't about showing up, it was about sharpening the blade. And what she's building isn't just a more efficient shooter or stronger finisher. She's building a complete assassin on the court, one that no scouting report can contain. Strength, power, and the Mamba mentality. Her transformation wasn't just physical, it was philosophical. Caitlin Clark didn't just want to improve, she wanted to dominate. Her strength became a symbol of that mindset. Teammates noticed her power in the paint. No longer just a shooter, she was bulldozing defenders, absorbing contact, and finishing strong. She had that look, the I'm coming for everything look. Jan Jensen, her coach at Iowa, once said coaching Caitlin was like coaching Kobe. The expectations were unforgiving of herself, of others of the game. She doesn't coast, and she doesn't compromise. Stephanie White noticed the same. Caitlin's workouts weren't routines, they were battlegrounds. She trained like every session was the finals. No shortcuts, no excuses. This was Mamba mentality in real time. That relentless approach is what separates the good from the great. Caitlin isn't trying to fit in. She's trying to rewrite the script, and she's bringing a Kobe-like edge to every rep. The preseason version of Clark proves it all. The proof is in the footage. The Caitlin Clark we saw in preseason wasn't just back, she was unrecognizable in the best way. She moved like a veteran, not a sophomore. Her footwork was cleaner, her balance tighter, her decision-making sharper. She powered through contact with confidence, finishing plays that would have knocked her off rhythm last year. It's not just the deep threes anymore, though those are still there. It's the fakes, the shifts, the hesitation dribbles that freeze defenders in place. She's added layers to her game that weren't there in year one. Every improvement screamed, I've been working. And suddenly, the league realized they didn't just survive Caitlin Clark's rookie season. They unknowingly gave her fuel. And now, the version they're about to face is stronger, smarter, and playing with a chip on her shoulder the size of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. MVP buzz is heating up, and deservedly so. Before this ESPN report ever dropped, Caitlin Clark was already trending in MVP betting circles. FanDuel, ESPN, BetMGM, all had her in the top 2. That's not normal for a second-year player. And now, with this behind-the-scenes look at her training intensity, that hype feels justified. Analysts are lining up, calling her a top 5 WNBA player already. Her name isn't just in the MVP conversation, it's floating at the top. But what makes it more powerful is that she doesn't care about any of it. She's not chasing headlines. She's not padding stats. She's focused on something deeper, something harder. Her sights are locked on a goal that makes MVP trophies feel like consolation prizes. The only goal that matters, a championship. For all the awards, records, and recognition, Caitlin Clark knows one thing is missing: a title. And her haters know it too. It's their last card to play. She's great, but can she win it all? But Clark doesn't just acknowledge the challenge, she's consumed by it. Rookie of the Year? Check. NCAA scoring record? Check. Revolutionizing the Fever? Check. But none of it matters without that final piece, a championship banner. That's where her energy lives now. Not in personal glory, but in team greatness. As her coach Stephanie White said, the bar isn't accolades anymore, it's confetti. For Clark, everything she's building is about hoisting that trophy, not just proving people wrong, but proving she was born to lead a team to the mountaintop. Caitlin's front office leadership stuns the league. Leadership isn't just about scoring, it's about vision. And Caitlin Clark has proven she is both. Fever executives reveal that Clark played an active role in free agency. She wasn't just practicing, she was recruiting. She pitched players, shared the team's vision, and helped shape the roster. That's superstar behavior. That's what LeBron or Diana Taurasi does, not a second-year player. But that's who Clark is. She's invested in building something sustainable, not just flashy. Her leadership off the court is as impactful as her game on it. And it's paying off, big time. The Fever now have veterans like DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard, a squad that's gone from rebuilding to championship ready. And it all started with Clark picking up the phone and saying, "Come win with me." The Fever are rebuilt and ready for the crown. This is a different Indiana Fever. This is Caitlin Clark's team now. Last season, she was adapting to a system. This year, she is the system. The offense flows through her. The defense rotates because of her. The culture has her fingerprints on it. And most importantly, the team believes. There's veteran wisdom, youthful hunger, and a collective edge. They're not hiding from the spotlight, they're stepping into it. This isn't just a team trying to win a playoff series. This is a team trying to win it all. And with Clark at the helm, they're not just chasing a title, they're chasing greatness. She's rested. She's rebuilt. She's reloaded. And as the league prepares to tip off, there's only one question left. Can anyone stop what's coming?